Hello everyone, Kradex here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. In our last episode, we had so many things going on, we had to make a to-do list. We found lots of little mistakes there at the end. One of them was... Hold on. Is this even doing... anything? No, because this is doing that thing. Yeah, this is not doing anything. And that caravan had nothing. I'm gonna set this to a provider. We're gonna make this the provider. Here, it's probably better to throw a multi-provider station onto it. I'll just do that. And then, yeah, that's all we need. Lead, antimony. Provide, go in, we will stop when lead antimony alloy is less than 25 hundo. Bring that in, and we'll bring that over and down. Oh, it's down here. Okay. So then... do that one of these guys. Okay. That fixes that. This train is lost. Cyanic land... Okay, now we can change that to channel 1. That fixes that one. What? Oh, is it the new cyanic request? Up here? But it exists now. I'm not requesting cyanic over here. I'm so confused. Why would it come over here? Well, it's an empty train, so... Wait, when did it get set to manual? How did that happen? Maybe it automatically switched back to manual? Okay. Well, either way, it's all good now. Antimony's being loaded into that. Should be good to go, and now we're going to work on our initial battery build over here. A little bit of a stopgap measure. We'll deal with the albumin centrifuge. Accumulators, just need 30 batteries, which we're about to make, so beautiful. Okay, there's the cyanic. Perfect. And then these guys just making batteries. And yeah, we're gonna go super simple here. I'm gonna go max, request threshold 10 is perfect actually. I'm gonna request, no wait, this is the one we want to be 10. So we're gonna request zinc, graphite, iron, melamine. Can I just take... can. Boom. 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 This is gonna have to be iron plate. Glass. Zinc. Okay. And then we'll do like 13 stacks of zinc, 12 stacks of glass, 12 stacks of iron, 13 stacks, 12, 11, 73 stacks out of 72. So close. Okay. And then we are gonna need, I guess, actually, we're gonna need like some wood or something. Yeah. Shoot. It's fine. I'll figure it out in here. Okay, and then those are all good to go. Those will show up soon. Don't need to do anything special there. I am gonna need to put all of these into combinator. Need to go pick up a few logistic spots. Boom. Okay, and then your channel 1, your requester chest, you're making iron stick, you're making bolt, your channel 1. Okay, probably didn't need to click that many times. And then, let's see. Each of these needs its own requester / provider. On channel 1, channel 1, channel 1. Battery. Channel 1. Yeah. Pretty simple. Let me go grab some bots. Bots do make things simple. Now that's hooked up. Alright, let's grab from the auto mall some robots. And hopefully we've got some. How are mech parts doing these days? Pretty good, actually. Finally caught up with that. I am impressed, to be frank. Alright, are we out of trains? Now that's surprising. I think I saw hot air there, so it might have been a fluid train that we ran out of for a moment. From P to R. Wow, what names? What is this? Pi-Sci. Science 3. Science 2. Science 1. is this, Science 4? Oh gosh. Trains are busy. Even got 2 of them refueling. 3 of them refueling. Oh my. I love it. Anyway, what am I doing here? Channel 1 needs, say, 25 robots. And they're not going anywhere. Oh! Why are they not going anywhere? That's not channel 1. There we go. This needs wood. And then the bolts need to go into their own provider chest. Okay. Oh, the wood just hasn't arrived yet. I was like, I know this is requesting wood. Okay, unload the graphite, then we'll unload the wood. There we go. Then we make the bolts, then we have the bolts, then we deliver the bolts, and we're waiting on antimony now. Trains going around this loop. I don't understand it. If anyone has any understanding of... Oh, it's trains that just finished refueling. No, they should be able to turn left. I really don't understand why trains are going over here. If anyone thinks they understand, I'd love to know. I don't understand anything about my traffic situation here that would cause a train to go that way. I really don't. So y'all are gonna have to help me. Is this not connected? Oh, it was just going past the depot because it had to. Never mind. I don't know what's going on, not gonna lie. Either way, as soon as antimony gets here, which should be any second, we should see batteries. Yeah, I guess we're not making quite enough antimony oxide for this, but I'm okay with that. It should run pretty well. Yeah, I probably need more fluid trains. Cool, but things are working. py2 science is even running. Look at that. Who knew? It's probably why my base is freaking out. Anyway, let's ditch... For now, let's turn this back off. Maybe that's a bad idea, but... And then... I'd really like... Yeah, I was hoping to grab some batteries from there. I don't know if I'll be able to. Okay, good. Here we go. Here comes the antimony for batteries. So I shall wait. And then we'll make a couple accumulators. And an accumulator can handle 1 megawatt each. Oh gosh. Oh no, that's so bad. That's so bad. Only 1 megawatt. So that albumin centrifuge. I would need 50 accumulators to pass through 50 meg. You know what? I'm just not gonna worry about that. I'm just not gonna worry about that. We'll just let it run. Okay, sweet. Well, batteries are working. We'll deal with better battery recipe in a long time. That can be way down the list. Maybe after more rubber. Oh, we did improve melamine. Let's set that up. Now that that's done, I want to think about power again. Should I set up another 10 tidal power plants? I think we should. Okay, so there's 10 more. That's another 60 megawatts for free for the rest of the game. That adds up. That's 60 megawatts. So we'll keep doing that from time to time, and it'll be great. I guess this is a decent spot to put them sideways. Maybe I should preemptively get some roboports over there. I don't know. Anyway, what's next? Batteries are done. Well, sort of done. 20 on trains, batteries on trains, rebuild Vraux. Am I ready to rebuild Vraux? Do I need to rebuild Vraux? Feeling like we don't, because my new rubber isn't going to use formic acid. I don't actually think we need Vraux right now. So I think we're finally ready to move towards the more rubber situation that we've been talking about. Yeah. So let's set up an oil sands situation, I guess. What does an oil sand extractor require? Nothing crazy. Let's set up oil sands then. I don't know what any of this is. I'm gonna leave cDNA there. That was my original battery build. Asphalt? We don't need that. Alright, so let's add oil sand. And factory, that one. Okay, and then we process the crushed oil sand into oil sand slurry and bitumen froth. And then the oil sand slurry plus more crushed oil sand gets you the bitumen froth. And we get free tailings out. We do need cold steam in. And then that's it. And then we go straight to bitumen. And from there, there's 2 major options and some minor options. First of all, we can get free nitrogen from this. And what can nitrogen do for us? Anything special? I think it's mostly just an ingredient in some other things. So it'll save us some power, I guess? Yeah. It's a part of making bio oil. We need a lot of it for bio oil, but we need other stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything too crazy that nitrogen by itself can do. But that's always an option if we just wanted some, because I doubt we're going to use the bitumen constantly. Anyway, this is the main one, the residual mixture, and then the other main one. Oh, we can just get straight heavy oil. And then we could get straight kerosene, and then we could burn the kerosene in an oil power plant. I'm just curious how much power we would get out of this. We don't want gas power plant, we want oil power plant. Seems like a lot to me. I guess we have to add in the power. Where is it? Power. Pressure steam turbine. Okay. So this would actually produce a gigawatt. Huh. Well, there's food for thought. That's not what we're doing with it, but food for thought. Anyway, what we want is bitumen to the dirty syngas. And then we process that all the way to syngas. And then we want the other option is bitumen to residual mixture. So we'll make that one 50%. And let's see. No, sorry, make this 100%. This one's 50%. There we go. And then this is 50%. We need naphtha, oxygen, filtration media, water, steam, and pressurized air. That's all very doable. And we definitely want to make this bigger. So, oil sand. There's no way to use ingredient input for this, which is kind of annoying. So I'll just make this its own. Swap it around. Let's say we wanted like 10 oil sand. We need 7 oil sand extractors. Okay, there we go. We can just do it that way. No, don't delete it. So 10 would give us... Wait, that's not right. $208? Oof, that's a lot of quenching towers and scrubbers. Look at all that syngas, though. That's absurd. Wait, is that right? No, no, those numbers aren't right. It's doing the thing again. Like, why is it glommed onto filtration media as the thing it should be using? I don't understand. Filtration media doesn't match anything else. So, Helmod has some bugs here. There we go. That's more what I expected to see. Okay, I think I want to see 500 syngas a second. That feels sufficient. This one doesn't feel like enough, though. And that residual mixture we need to process into coke. So the residual mixture goes into coking gas oil and coke. The coking gas oil goes into coke and coke oven gas, which is hot coke oven gas, by the way, which we could turn into, you know, hot air. And then that's 26 hot air right there. If we want to get it for free. And then I could turn that coke oven gas into flue gas and syngas just to finish it out, or soot. Or we could make steam with it. Or we could make outlet gas with it. Again, why is it choosing copper cable there? I do not understand. Anyway. We can make sulfur with organic solvent. What does outlet gas stage 2 do for me? Refined syngas or light oil. Is that worth spending organic solvent? Really not. Outlet gas stage 4. Oh man, there's so many weird things. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Now the problem here is that using the coking gas oil, I feel like I'm missing something. Did I pick a fake recipe? Residual mixture. There's two options. Oh. Right, this is the wrong option. We want this option. That option would make us 14 coke, but it uses coke. This option makes us a crap ton of coke there. And then some more coke there, and then the residual oil. Gets turned back into residual mixture with some ash. But only about 10. So that brings back about... shoot. Wait, so is this one better? one got us more coke? This outputs about 20 coke. Hold on. I'm gonna make this its own block real quick. So if we have residual mixture in this version, let's say I do have 100 residual mixture. Cooking gas oil only has the one recipe. But then the residual oil just gives you back some more residual mixture. So that kind of recycles backwards. And that gives you a little bit more cooking gas oil, but most of the coke just comes from that recipe in the first place. And so here we would actually have, in essence, 114. We'd end up with 26 coke for only 5 buildings. And then the other way is this one. And that is simpler, because this is all it does. You still get 26 coke, but it's over 8 buildings, and you use 10 of the coke. But you end up with more coke oven gas? This is really weird. These are so similar. I don't totally understand the need to have both of these recipes existing. This one gets you a lot less coke oven gas. I see. More coke, less coke oven gas. So that's the difference. And yeah, I'm not recycling the residual oil, but that's, you know, we already learned that doesn't do that much. It does have a fuel value. I could even use it to make some steam instead of recycling it with this complex situation. 25 units. How much steam would that make? I don't even know. These barrels don't do anything, right? No. So if I change this, just for fun, to residual oil, I change that to 25. How much steam is that? See, that is enough steam to run the situation. Could also just use a coke oven gas. All that to say, residual mixture is roughly 1 to 4, and then we get some coke oven gas. The question is the coke oven gas worth more to me than a little bit more coke? Probably not. Probably not right here, at least. So we'll go with the more coke method, which is this one. Crazy. Okay, so then... Ugh, so much going on here. Also low, medium, and high distillates. The low distillates, we have lots of options for... Oh, you can get more residual oil that way. And lots of heavy oil. We can make kerosene. Directly from low distillates. And that's almost as much kerosene as we would have gotten by turning the bitumen directly into heavy oil and then into kerosene. We can also get coal gas, which could turn into syngas. There's a lot of good stuff from low distillates. Medium distillates, you go to stripped or you can upgrade to high, but that's pointless. High only gives you naphtha. So you upgrade those, and then you upgrade this to whatever the heck you want. This is where all the good options are. Benzene, methanol, gasoline, cumene. Later on you get fuel oil or olefins. I mean, imagine doing cumene, and then you can do phenol and acetone. And then the acetone, we already know, gets us organic solvent. So, and ammonia for free. And then the phenol gets us melamine for free. So, like, that's some dope stuff right there. Just from some bitumen. And there's so much going on here. So, how do I want to do all this? Which one did we say we wanted to do? This one. Yeah, because this gets us more coke. Right. Well... Sorry, guys. I'm getting a little caught in my head. And this isn't even necessarily what we need to do with the strip distillates. It's just one option. Just one of the many options for stripped distillates. And we want to make that section bigger, probably. The light oil refineries. I don't think I'm going to make hot air here. Let's remove that. We're just going to have some coke oven gas that we're not doing anything with at the moment. And so this part is currently accurate. Except for this needs to be bumped up. The one that uses residual mixture to, like, what is it? 112.5%. Slightly more. 114%. 115? There we go. Okay, so that uses up all the bitumen. And that's all just from 7 miners. Okay, let's double it. Triple it. This is feeling a bit more like the numbers I imagined. I don't know if I need the syngas part to be this big. Let's make that like, yeah, 250. That feels about right. Ah, I didn't mean to escape out of it. Okay, and then this part... 375, 500 steam. Yeah, these numbers feel a little better. That gets me an absurd amount of coke, which is great. And the cost isn't that high. Look at that. We only need 7 DDCs for that. It's just like free coke forever. I'll probably... I don't know what I'll do. That is a lot of steam that we need. We also get steam out from the hot syngas. So weirdly, we get, if they're both running, we get enough steam to run it. I could also just use syngas That might be what I end up doing. Okay, this is my plan. I'm gonna ignore the distillates for now, because those are all things I can add in later as desired. So for now, this is, I think, what we want. And we get all this delicious output. Look at all that flue gas, too. That's no joke. If we were to turn that into acid gas, how much is that? That's not nothing. That's not nothing. And tailings? I think this is a good time to set up cold water slurry. Into aromatics and benzene. But I'll probably do that at a separate location with byproduct tailings. So that way we can pull in all the tailings from other places too. So I'll set that up to be 200% because we'll bring in tailings from other places as well. What else can tailings do? I just want to make sure I'm not missing something huge here. Tailings. Later on, you can turn it into crude oil. Biofilm. I don't know if that one would even ever be worth it. Yeah, I really can't do much. You just use it as part of this, the different metal-enriched biomasses, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't really understand yet. And whatever the heck resveratrol is, that's a turd recipe. I'm not really worried about that. Yeah. So pretty much all tailings is meant to go to tailings dust or cold water slurry. Or if you really need a supplement for raw nexolite. Or turning iron oxide into iron slime. I guess that's a way to turn iron oxide into more iron plates, but that's more of a recycling thing. So this feels pretty good. I think this is all what I want. And then this gets us our benzene, it gets us even more condensates, it gets us some random soot and stone. Sweet. Okay. We're doing the wish list. This is a big wish list. Our automall is not gonna like this. So that's gonna take a long time. It's really not gonna like that. Wait, we're getting a new filtration media recipe? So what does it change? 25 gravel, 30 pure sand, 3 activated carbon. So we replace... Oh, we get less filtration media by replacing microfiber with and glass with some cellulose. It's kind of weird. We end up with less though. Wow, these other ones have absurd outputs. Get that, 200. That's blue science, and that's pi3 science. So that's not happening anytime soon. So why is science stopped now? Origin, no cytostatics, no plasmids, I assume no rubber. Yeah, rubber's still the problem. Okay. Okay, we still need that organic solvent recipe. Or did we get there? Wait, what? Oh, we already have the acetone to org solve. We need the way to make acetone. Wait, what was the other way that we were just seeing to make acetone? It wasn't that. It was something else. Oh man, there's so many things to keep track of. It was this one, cumene. Never mind. We don't get that till blue science. Oh, I was really excited about that. Because we could make cumene straight from strip distillates. But we don't have... I don't think the arthropod blood one is actually all that good. So we don't have a way to actually do that. So right now... the only way to make acetone is this way. Right, and that's what we want to be researching towards. That's the current goal. Got it. And then we're going to need a lot of chromite sand for that. Which is why I wanted to research the chromium that we did. I think we researched chromium processing 3 or something. Floor tiles to Moondrop stage 2. We could work towards that. Oh, there's so many things. Anyway, I want to start building the rubber plant. Eventually. So what do we take out? We'll take out all of the bitumen stuff. That's going to be a whole separate build. And that one. So we just need syngas and methanol. I'm not going to worry about the methanol either. I'll trust other parts of the base to make methanol. And then we can bump down the amount of acid gas we need. What am I doing? This is actually non-existent. Yeah, we don't need 300 methanol. It's weird that those aren't canceling out. I don't understand why they're not canceling out, but they're not. Anyway. Because those are the same thing. Anyway, this is too much. I don't know what percentage we make it go down to, though. 80? 75. 70. It's too low. 72.5? Too high. 71. 72. Sure. So that's roughly what we need. Refined syngas. Now there's another question. Should I just import refined syngas for this? Shouldn't I just import sulfuric and trust that we're making sulfuric somewhere else? I think so. Yeah. And how many places does formic acid go? Because sulfuric goes in all sorts of places. Formic goes in some bedding recipes. Maybe. Maybe just a turd bedding recipe. So anyway, I think sulfuric acid we'll remove from here. Organic solvent might be worth making on site though. How many places do we need that? Just trying to break this down to like, what are we actually doing here? No, organic solvents used in a bunch of places too. So really, for the rubber block, we need an organic solvent block. This is all we're gonna do in the rubber block, I think. What about formamide? Do I need that in a bunch of places? Thankfully not really. Just for good alien samples. couple other things later. So we'll make the formamide here on site. That methanol's not actually there. So it's steam, water, CO2, ammonia, creamy latex we make here. Sap limestone. Polybutadiene we should probably make here. There we go. Import titanium and aromatics. We do get cold steam out, which is kind of nice. And we need cold steam for that, so that works out properly. And sodium alginate. Ooh, that's a lot of seaweed. Stone and limestone. Oof. 30 soil extractors. Oh boy. And then we need carbon black. Which I may have to use this recipe. Is this crazy? How crazy is the other one? The anthracene. Because there's no other way to make it than tar processing. And we get 75 from 100, then 140 pitch. 140 pitch would be another like 50 anthracene. Is that about right? 40 anthracene. I feel like this is easier. And then we have extra crap to get rid of. I could even do... Oh, I don't know, man. So many choices. I'll probably just rely on getting tar out of the planet for this. Okay. So are we all boiled down to the basics? I think we are. So then the organic solvent block needs to be its own block. We can get 12 from the middle oil that we're gonna be making anyway. But we mainly want organic solvent. Woo, my brain's hurting from the acetone recipe. Which is the one with the chromite sand. Now that, I think, is acetone used in a bunch of things? We need to put that on trains. Honestly, we do. And I even need it soon for MIBC. MIBC's used for something red circuit or blue science related. I don't remember, one of the two. So we need a freaking block for everything, man. We need a block for orgsolv. We need a block for acetone. We need a block for sulfuric. Which I'm probably gonna... I mean, can I really run it faster than this? I don't think so. And then I need a block for purified syngas? Or refined syngas, or do I not? Refined syngas is used in... I mean, realistically, how many recipes are we gonna need it for? I guess quite a few eventually. So yeah, I guess we need refined syngas to be its own thing. Sulfur we will just import from sulfur mines. Right there. Using some sort of fuel. We need 4 sulfur mines. It's not terrible. And then refined syngas needs to be its own block. That does make some free acid gas, so we get some byproduct sulfuric from that. Probably easy enough to just make that on site as a byproduct. Yeah, it's just plus water. So this one weirdly makes like 40 sulfuric. I want the refined syngas to be the major thing that it's working on. What did we break? Might have broken something. There we go. Okay, but then we also happen to make 20. Nope, that breaks it. Weird. Why does that break it? What if I do that? Still breaks it. What if I type... Oops. What if I do that, and then type 20? Still breaks it. Okay, well, whatever. We can just ignore that. So this block right here, I need 1, 2, 3, 4 other blocks. We got a long journey ahead, folks. This is pyanodon's, and I love it, but we got a lot to do. This is the Zen Garden, and we're gonna have so much rubber at the end of this, we're not gonna know what to do with ourselves, and it's gonna be great. We also get some free creosote. We can get some free organic solvent back. The pitch, that mostly is coke. I'm trying to remember what pitch does. Yeah, it's just random crap. We can get some more anthracene for the carbon black. I don't know. It might be easier to do part of this from the pitch and part from the coke. Like, is that less things overall? I need like 60%. 112, no, like 65, 70. Yeah, 65. Okay, there we go. So roughly equal numbers there. That's less tar needed. About the same amount of buildings overall. I mean, we need a few DDCs and more than we needed tar processing units, but I think this is probably worth using the anthracene, because the only other thing using the pitch, because pitch can't really do much else anyway. And this additionally gets us some free naphthalene, some free light oil, which we could just use to make the steam or whatever, and some free coke. So that seems reasonable to do internally. And I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess this is actually 2/3. Exactly. No, it's not. Weird. What is it, like 63%? No, that's too little. 64. It's almost exactly 64%. There it is, 64.1. Okay. Sometimes the numbers work out nicely, sometimes they don't. But yeah, this overall block, I think, is kind of where we're going next. But even this guy is predicated on... Uh-oh. What just happened? Wait, why did that disappear? I don't care about acid gas. What is going on here? Why does it not think that this block exists to make refined syngas? I think it has to do with these stupid methanol things. I don't know exactly why, but it's something about the loop in here is screwing it up. And I can't seem to cause it to want to do methanol regardless. But if I type in 100 here, out here it gives me the right numbers. But inside, it's the wrong numbers. It's doing that weird thing where it's saying I want 1.33 blocks of this, but we can't actually link it and have it work properly because of the empty gas canisters. Somehow that breaks it. What if I ignore that? Does that fix it? No. Still doesn't work. Weird. We'll just type that in the way it's supposed to be. And then we'll need a methanol block. Which again, it's like I could make methanol right here, but I want methanol to be its own source. I think right now most of my methanol is coming from this one, the zinc copper syngas. But there's also methane and hot air. So that could be a good one if we had extra hot air to provide some methanol. Maybe I could do that at the hot air facility. This one uses more methane but less hot air. I could use byproduct methane and overflow hot air. That actually seems like a reasonable idea to get some free methanol. I already have a methanol plant, so I don't inherently need one for this. But sorry this episode went so long in Hellmod. I know for some people that's not what they love, but gosh, I cannot believe we have too many trains. Or not enough trains. Too many requests for how many trains we have. I think it's the fluids. So we're gonna have to add a couple more here. And then we'll get some more fluid trains plugged in. You can't put ghost trains on ghost rails, weirdly enough. But yeah, this is our future. I think we're gonna have a lot of necessary elements along the way that will be helpful. Like as we go, you know, we'll be getting all sorts of great results. But I wonder how the auto mall's done. Oh, did we never get Nexalit? We never brought Nexalit up here. Okay, Nexalit plate. Let's say 300. And did I ever put Nexalit into trains even? Yeah, we did. Okay. So that should work fine. We are gonna need, once that's built, to change it to channel 1. So I'm gonna run over there right now because we're close. Do it myself. Power circuits, by the way. No, we're out of batteries. We did get quite a few circuits before that happened, at least. Okay, and then this guy. Nexalit plate. Say 500. No! Shoot. Well, there's 20 stacks of Nexalit. 500 stacks would be far too much Nexalit, so we just triggered all of the Nexalit. That's fine. And then these guys need pYtank 65 kiloliter. I gotta add that into our weirdo mix here. Of course, we need pYtank 65 milliliters, because why wouldn't we? Okay, we're gonna have to call it an episode here. This has been the planning episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And hey, we got 60 more free megawatts, which is nice. Wait a second. Is that right? Yeah, we're up to 120 now. Perfect. So that helps. Still not enough power. Jeez, somehow. But we'll keep adding more. And yeah, the future is bright, but at this point it's a little slow. I am curious why manure's stopped up. It's because we don't have enough moss. Wait, what? Oh. We have enough manure. Cool. We actually do have enough. Okay. Neat. And what about AUGs? Are they running at the rate they're supposed to be running? These are all running. And that chest is full, and this is filling up. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, anyway, it's been an hour and 8 minutes, so these episodes are getting long. I'm so obsessed. This game is so fun. There's so much to do. But like, it all feels useful and it feels like we have a good direction, and so it feels really rewarding at the same time. And even though this is craziness, like, it just feels like we're unlocking so much with each one of these blocks that we build. And a lot of them are relatively small blocks, you know, it's like requesting a couple things, providing a couple things, you know, and so that helps a lot. We are running out of trains, which is a bit scary. I don't know where we should add more. I feel like I should get another station going somewhere for trains. Maybe here we add in some trains. That's kind of in the center of a lot of stuff. And we could probably fit quite a few. I'm gonna delete that, and then I'm gonna copy this situation. And then build that on top of this. Okay. This should fix our issues for a while. It'll take our bots 10 years. Sweet. Well, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.